What a noise everywhere. It's incredible. So, the 13th dose of Diflucan, and we're in the 13th day. The sun has set, and I guess the next dose is up for taking. The nice thing is I don't really feel that bad at the moment, so that's nice. But I'm still, I'm not sure if this is working or not. So, well. So I'm still kind of, I'm still like, is it working or is it not working? It's like I can't, because it's still there. They're still there in the arms and all that, but I'm trying to figure out. It's like I don't know. So of course now this was the last dose that I had of the Diflucan, and as I understand, I can go down and get a refill, and continue 2 weeks more. And hopefully see, yeah, I'm still a little, should I, I'm thinking, should I stop here and just, or should I go on, Of course, it would be very sad if I actually would continue and it actually would work and then I would stop, right? So that would be bad. So if it's actually going in the right direction and I'm just, I guess I'm a kind of a little emotional, a little confused here and there, and I don't know, maybe it's the die-off or something like that. I'm just not totally right in my head, totally. But anyway, so that was the last dose of the Diflucan, and yeah, at least for these 2 boxes, and I'm a little divided in, regards of, is it waste of money to go? Is it actually waste of, it's just 2 weeks more. I know. Anyway, but I probably need to do it. I need to see if it, but I would have expected more results after 13 days on this high dose of Diflucan. I would have. It's a little hard, Again, maybe it's just, if I've had this for 19 years, it might be just pretty much, pretty rooted. They talk about, several weeks actually on this if you actually have a candida infection. So they say a minimum of 14 days, and of course only taken 13 days. So, so that would be, yeah. I guess it's better, I guess it's better, It's not so heavy. I'm just confused about it. I can't make my mind in regards to this, in regards to, it's still there. It's absolutely still there, but it's not like totally at the level where it's just totally, eating me up in some sense, but it's still there. And it's like 13 days, that would, I would have wished it would go away. So at least I would know, okay, I don't have it anymore. That would be so nice. But it's still there, to a lesser degree, but it's still there, I can still feel it, it's just in my arm. It's not like totally where I'm not sitting there and, blowing totally on my arm to settle it down. I haven't had that, total urge to do that. So that's nice. Sometimes you just, and then cool it down, right? So I haven't had that urge, so at least not for, like a big, so it is lower, but again, and if it's lower, well, something should be being done in regards to the Diflucan, then it should work, right? And if it's working, I should just give it more time, right? And just fix those 2 weeks. Oh, I'm so divided in some sense in regards of it, it's just, I should go on. I should take the 2 weeks more. And that would be 27 days in total then. Yeah, so I should take 2 more weeks. It's just hard, it's just you know, I really had hoped it would work quicker. But I guess, as they say themselves, for many weeks in regards of candidiasis, 2 to 8 weeks, I think they said, that's a long time. But yeah, still itching there and all of that. Yeah, okay. I guess I can only hope for the best, and try it out. It's just, I already, used 4 weeks on this, pretty much nearly 4 weeks, 14 days on the nystatin and then on the Diflucan afterwards. So now I'm still pretty hard up here. So again, something must be going on still, right? So I don't know. But whatever, should probably give it 2 more weeks and see what happens. At least I've given it a try. At least I gave it a try. So, and if it doesn't do anything, well, that's just too bad. That's if it doesn't really totally take it out. Yeah, it seems it is. Yeah, it's just. I don't. Yeah, it does seem better. Absolutely, but it's still there. It's just. But again, maybe a little more time. Now, of course, even if it's working, the fungi might become resistant to it, and then I'm back at square one pretty much. Well, maybe not square one, but might become resistant to it. So, again, if it takes 90% out of it, that would be nice as well. Of course, I don't know. I really don't know. It's it's not totally heavy, and yeah, it's just I don't know. Anyway, so it's 7:45, and that would be the 13 days of dose. Again, I would have hoped for more things being solved, like after 13 days. I would have loved to see more. I would have loved to see the itch go totally away. That would be a total clear sign if the itch disappeared totally. But it's still there. It's not so heavy, but it's still there. I can still feel it now at the moment on my arm, and but again, it's not so heavy. So again, maybe it has killed a lot of the fungi off, and maybe there's just. I don't know how fast it kills the fungi. Again, if they're talking about minimum 2 weeks and all that, I just don't. Maybe that's when people are just realizing they have an issue. For example, women in regards of the vagina and all that. If they catch it in the beginning, they might just hit it really hard in the beginning, and quickly in the beginning, and it might work. So yeah. And of course, having had this thing for 19 years, again, it might be a little, more rooted. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I think it makes pretty good sense. And I've been feeding it and making, it's just incredible. So I guess that's not much to say. I think they have closed now. Maybe they still have open, so I could go down and buy some, a refill and have for 2 weeks more and see how it goes. But I really wish that there had been more things happening. More remission of my symptoms. But guess it might take a little longer. Yeah. Oh well. So I guess thinking about how big a dose I took, and for 13 days and all that, I think that this is a good amount of time that I've taken, nearly 2 weeks, and again, I would have expected more. But again, maybe it's just more rough than, yeah, incredible. I guess I don't have much more to say. I'm feeling okay, at the moment. I'm not feeling totally bad. So yeah, a little dry coughing, not anything pretty, not anything big in such some sense. So nothing of the what do you call it, out of the ordinary, regards of symptoms and all that. So I guess I'll take 2 more weeks. I took some of these gloves, and it's nice to, I guess, anyway. Oh, by the way, the thing at the table is vitamin C, so don't worry about. I'm fixing vitamin C in capsules, as you can see over there. So it's just vitamin C. I bought that, some time ago, where I bought a good amount of cheap vitamin C in powder and all that. But really, fixing all these capsules just takes forever. And I bought, last time I bought capsules that was smaller than this, and I bought, I was like, it took forever, and nearly done with it. And I'll never buy vitamin C without, in a capsule or whatever, or maybe in a, because it takes too long with the powder, and you can't really, the powder is really acidic, so you have to be careful in regards to your teeth. So that was a bad choice of, that was cheap, I don't think there's anything else, I guess, day 13, and I'm not wobbly way, that's for sure. I am pretty hard. Oh, well. Again, something. Oh, well, 2 weeks more and see what happens, I guess, and hope for the best. Not really anything else to do, I guess. Yeah. Incredible. I don't know. I really don't know. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. I guess this is the best solution, to just take 2 more weeks and on it, and see how it goes. Hopefully see a total remission. That which would be totally awesome. That would be woobly yay. At the moment, I don't really have anything in the groin area, so that's nice. At the moment, there's pretty much silence down there. What I can feel it's pretty much the arms that I can pretty much feel the, I just like, you feel like, an itching, not a stinging at the moment. No, it's just, it's hard to be described, but it's there. It's absolutely there, and it's not gone. So, but again, it's not totally. Again, it's not totally. It's not totally bad. It's just. Let's see. Well, anyway, pretty heated anyway. Yeah. Again, it's a little hard to think, I guess. Maybe it's a die-off that makes it harder for me to think, and that would, if there's a lot of toxins going around in my system, but again, in regards of how does it kill off, how long does it actually survive if you have fun, if I would have liked some more information actually on that, how long and so forward, how it actually begins to kill off the fungi in the body, why it doesn't kill all of it like at once, and how it works, or can it be reused when it actually is used, because that seems to be the case. It's going down after the peeing, right? So, or does it just, when you're taking it, is there such and such amount that can kill such and such an amount of fungi, or does it continue to just kill one and then go on to the next one and the next one, such questions. I'm like, I really don't know, and I haven't really gotten any answer, read this and that on these things, but I really don't know totally on the technique how it would actually work. Because if it only kills such and such an amount, well, it seems to have a half life on like 30 hours, if I remember, around 30 hours. So it's in your system for a good amount of days after you stop taking it. And every 30 hours, I guess it's halving. I'm not entirely sure how that works out, but the half life is 30 hours. To get out of the system. So how does that work out in regards of, I don't know, again, can it be reused? If it goes to kill one fungi, can it then be reused to kill another fungi, or how does that work? I really don't know. So again, lots of questions, right? I've been kind of, the last 2 days I've been pretty tired, I think it was the last 2 days. The last night I slept pretty. I think also the last I slept pretty good amount of thing there as well. So I'm sleeping a good amount. I'm still tired when I awake, but that's So, but yeah, I got what last. I think I went to sleep. I can't remember. I was 6, 7, 8 hours. 8 hours sleep. That was, I don't know. I can't. I'm really having a hard time to grasp things. It's anyway. Well, that's so much. I guess that's one of the things I remember when when you're doing something, on something, and you're planning and so forth, and then you think, oh well, so I'll plan, getting into it. But then when things begin to happen and all that, you might have trouble actually, planning, because you're not totally, there in regards to thinking. Anyway, I think it will be a good idea to take 2 more weeks and see what happens. And hope for the best, and hope for the best. That's all I can do, I guess. So, and if it doesn't work, I have, there's other choices, there's always things to where you're thinking maybe this and maybe that and all that, but the problem is, it's not something, things are not working from one day to another in regards to fungi. So it's a little hard to actually know if something is working or not, right? It's just, of course, in regards to the itch, the meat, if you only eat meat, that helps on the itch downstairs. So that's nice, you can pretty quickly see it's working there in regards of at least taking the symptom from up here to, very low, and that's very nice. So that's one thing where I could, where you can see something. But of course, going from there to up here can also be done very quickly if you go off the diet and, sugar and all that. Anyway, yeah, that was just horrible. The third and fourth day, oh, that was horrible. And I hadn't even eaten anything that should have turned it on down there, and that just turned totally on the third and the fourth day. That was amazing how much that actually gave of. Oh well, I guess it must be working. It's usually you get this cough, right? And but again, it's not so, and the first 4 days, it was just, going haywire, pretty much. And the third and the fourth day, it was just totally, I was like, oh my, that was just, that was really giving me a trip, So, but then of course I've had a little, where I came out and it was pretty good, and then I get stupid with trying some of these alternative things while I took the Diflucan, which might not have been the best thing, some more antifungals and this and that, and then I had a low part, just up and down, I guess. If I just have, whatever, I was thinking, helping it a little, right, helping to destroy more of these fungi, It's a beast. It's pretty much fungi is a beast, you know. If you don't get on top of it in the beginning, it will just grow and grow and grow and destroy you more and more and more. It's just bad, just bad. It will take you to the grave, you know. People having cancer and all that, and not making the connection in regards of fungi and cancer. If you're living in a molded home and you inhaling all these mycotoxins and spores, the babies of the fungi and the toxins as well. So you're getting hit in regards of the toxins, and then you're also getting babies in your, and they might begin to grow in you. It's like, anyway, it's but we don't make that connection, right? Because cancer is one of these mystery things, right? So, and it seems, it's as far as I can see, it's money interest. It's just because of money. And if that is the case, of course, that's just totally diabolical. But of course, living in a world as this, it's a fallen world of, people following Satan and all that. How is it that we have this great, immense medical system, and yet people are getting more and more and more sick, and of course they just want to, it's just your genes or your whatever, this and that, and yeah, well, maybe there's something in regards of you people destroying our food sources and not telling the people how to actually live correctly, so, they don't get into health issues, And while you're doing that, you're also promoting drinking, right? The whole society is promoting drinking, right? You see advertising for alcohol in the television and other places. It's just bullshit. Why would you ever allow advertising for such thing? I guess that's more, a lot more of other advertising stupidity out there. It's just... yeah, and they use sensuality in their, advertising and hide it away, but it's still there and whatever. All that bullshit, And all these people getting murdered, I do wonder, I guess it will be like, if I go to one of these places where people are dying of so-called cancer, I do wonder if I'm going to see a lot of things that is just utterly outrageous. I would think probably like the Roman Catholic Church when I went to that place, that whorehouse of Satan, in Jerusalem, hearing all these things, and I'm like, so people aren't that stupid, are they? People couldn't be doing that. Yeah, well, saw it with my own eyes, what people are doing, it's just disgusting. Why would you bow in front of images, and they bow and make the upside cross, and they, all these things, kissing and smoking in front of statues and images that is just worthless. It's just the Roman Catholics, the Orthodox does the same, They just do it with their icons. Of course, I've seen that they have idols as well, but mostly if you go and look into it, they have the icons that has been blessed and whatever, this and that, and then they apparently believe that the Holy Spirit is in the image. What is wrong with these people? I don't, So people come and they bow before these images and kiss and this and that and all that is just, outrageous. Why are people doing these things, I don't understand it. How is that people really can be so blind to actually do these things? I don't know. I don't know. Don't people have eyes to recognize and see that this is an idol, that this is just an image, this is just a dead statue made by man's hands? Apparently not. I I don't understand this world. I really, when I read in regards of, bowing down to idols and images, I was like, hey, that's good that we're not doing that today, how could, in some sense, how foolish they could be in the days of old. Yeah, it's good that we don't do it today. And then I've just, a whole world opens up to me, like Roman Catholicism and Orthodoxy, and I'm seeing all these wicked things, and I'm like, what are you doing, you people, And it's like, what are you doing, I was like, oh, that's millions, actually billions of people, I actually think, maybe not billions, but it's a huge amount just in regards of, Roman Catholicism and Orthodoxy. And then you have all the Mohammedans bowing down in regards of Mecca and all that, and, well, the black stone, which is said to actually be able to take sins upon itself, and that's why it's black and all that bullshit. And oh, give me a break. And they run around the Kaaba 7 times to that, kissing the black stone, like looking at the Roman Catholics and other that wants to kiss their face. Oh, horrible! It's just horrible. I don't know. There's only one living stone that can take away the sins of the world, and that's Jesus Christ, who died once and for all for the sins of the world. Have to be kidding me sometimes, what is wrong with people? Why are people loving a lie instead of loving the truth? I don't understand that, I really don't understand, I was deceived by Satan in regards to being in Satan's candy store, the broad way that leads to destruction and all that. Going into all these different, new age stuff and all that, which is pretty much just old age bullshit, occultic thing, satanic bullshit, anyway, and demonic things and all that. But when I figured out that I had been deceived, the first thing I did was to turn around, Oh, hate that oil. I really hate coconut oil. It just doesn't taste good to me. Hate it. But there's no sugar in it, so that's good. But I hate it. I really hate it. I really don't like the taste of it. It's like, I've been drinking a huge, in the past I tried to drink a lot of it because they said it was anti-fungus and all that. That didn't really work. What I haven't tried of different things that I just doesn't. I think actually some of the first alcohol I drank was, coconut thing. So that might be one of the reasons But actually coconut milk is much more in my flavor than coconut. That's not too much, coconut fat, thing. I don't have any. Of course. There's also coconut, what is it called? But I found out that there's actually a good amount of sugar in it, but in regards of Dr. Kaufman, I think it actually is allowed on his first diet. You have the first and the second diet, and the second diet is more free than the first, But I think he actually has this on the first. But looking at how much sugar there's in, I'm like, that's just. And I actually bought it because I thought there was no sugar in it, and then coming home and looking 7.4 grams per 100 grams of sugar. 7.4 grams of sugar per 100 grams. I'm like, that's a lot, Well, at least in my book, anyway. We have. So I was a little surprised. So I still have that laying, and I'm not really. But it is said to be anti. I don't know how much oil there actually is in it. Then. But anyway, the better choice, I think, to get some coconut is actually the coconut milk. You can get it in cans. And some taste better than others, and some have more sugar than others. It's like, the tree that I bought, it was like 2 of them had nearly over double the amount of sugar than the other one. One of them had 0.6 or 0.8 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters. And the other 2 had like 2.2 or 2. It's just everything, if I could get it totally without any sugar, that would be the best thing, right? But just keeping at it a minimum. So, yeah. And of course, no sugar in red meat. That's at least nice. And again, the red meat does something. But I'm looking into, in regards of the enzymes, you know, reading this Mike the Gut Guy and all that. That's very interesting in regards of the enzymes. I didn't really, you know, that was a very good prescription in regards to the enzymes. And I'm thinking, okay, so if you actually make meat and ferment it, would you actually then get a lot of enzymes for that meat? And there was something in regards of when you when you cook things, you destroy the enzymes. So if there's any I do wonder if there's enzymes in the meat itself before you actually cook it. So I don't know. You know, I've seen some that's, you know, eating raw meat and all that, and of course there is something that you can actually buy in regards of raw meat. I was looking down there, and sadly they didn't have it in regards of the thing that I wanted to buy from. They only had it from the other one, and the other thing as far as I remember, they couldn't verify if they didn't slaughter it to Satan. So, you know, but this one I could. So, but sadly they didn't have the. I think they have sometimes in regards to this thing where where it's made for eating it raw and all that. So apparently apparently it's a thing that people do, apparently, you know. Also normal people, I guess, you know, if they're selling it. I don't know if there's any more requirements for selling it for raw, you know, consumption, but it is more expensive, that's for sure. So yeah, I do wonder, because if there's enzymes in the meat already that you're actually destroying when you cook it, then it might be easier, maybe, I don't know, for the body. I don't know. I really don't know. I have so many questions, I guess, and yet there we go with the dry cough. You know, that's just how it is. Again, yeah. Oh well, I never got into the swimming hole, but I can still actually do it. You know, they open up like in 50 minutes. If I could force me out of the door, I could just take a swim. That would be nice. But still, I'm just, you know, I had a good moment, and you know, what it was like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I should have taken that, you know, I should just have gone at that moment. I had pretty good. I felt like I had some energy, not totally, but you know, just at least had some juice to go by. I know just a little swim would be nice. I don't need to, you know, totally go out, you know, and do the, you know, if I could just take some laps would be nice. Just a little going, you know, and you know, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of confused at the moment, I guess. To what to do and what not to do and so forward. It's all up in the air, I guess, you know. So it's kind of pretty tight on the budget as well. You know, the budget is pretty low. Actually, it's totally in red letters, so that's one problem. And I'm not sure I can handle a fast while I'm on Diflucan, so that's you know, not having the bowels move and all that. That's probably not going to work so good, you know. So yeah. Oh well. There we go. So that's I guess that's the way, you know, it is. Yeah, just have to go from there. Anyway, have a good one, and may Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, be in us all, the children of God. And have a good one, all of you. Bye bye. Yeah.